This is a walkthrough of the Neodent GM Prosthetic Kit. A few things in here. It's not as busy as the surgical kit, but equally as important, specifically for all next procedures. So with Neodent, they have a proprietary attachment or head to their screwdrivers. It's kind of like, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's kind of like a star shape. And the nice thing with Neodent GM is that anything that's screwing something into an implant is going to have the same head, as you can see for these right here. And these are called your Neodent screwdrivers. I like to shorten it and just say the Neo drivers, but for all intent and purposes, I'll just call these the Neodent screwdrivers. These first three are going to be a small, medium, and long. And these are going to be the pieces that attach to the handpiece. And you can tell on the top, it's got the Neodent screwdriver head. And then on the bottom, it's got the latch, meaning that it attaches to a handpiece. So for all these three on the top, 1, 2, and 3, these are going to attach to a handpiece. And again, are used to screw in a Neodent screw. I'm going to skip these two for now, and I'm going to jump over to these three. These are also Neodent screwdrivers, but instead of attaching to a latch, these, just like in the surgical kit, are going to attach to something else. I'll give you a second to answer if you do not know the answer. If you said a torque wrench, then you were correct. So anything with this square is going to attach to a torque wrench, which is this guy right here. And again, these come in a short, medium, and a long. So between these three and these three, all of them are screwing in something into an implant. It's just that these are going to be for a handpiece and these are going to be for a torque wrench. Now I'm going to come back to these two right here. These are specifically for your straight abutments. When your doctor is using a straight abutment for a all next procedure, specifically a straight multi-unit abutment. These are going to be your pieces that are going to attach the straight multi-unit abutment to the implant. And you can tell by looking at the top, it's got kind of like a little bit of a cup on the top. This is going to fit perfectly right on top of the straight multi-unit abutment. Again, if you look at the bottom, it looks like this. That means that it's attaching to a handpiece versus this one has a square. And just like we already talked about, the square is going to attach to the torque wrench. So again, these two pieces right here are going to be for your straight multi-unit abutments. One of them is going to attach to a latch, or one of them has a latch and is going to attach to the handpiece, while the other one has the square on the bottom and it's going to attach to the torque wrench. Very important that for every surgery, these 8 pieces need to be in this kit because your doctor may need to use a short for some indication, specifically for the all-next procedures. Your doctor might need to use a short, medium, long. If your doctor's placing a straight multi-unit abutment, he or she needs one of these pieces right here to torque it into the implant. And then these pieces, sometimes your doctor might want to tighten that screw into the implant using the ratchet. So these are going to be the pieces that are used for that. A few other pieces. This is going to be just a hand driver. This is the same thing that's in the surgical kit, except when the surgical kit, the pieces that go into this have a latch. And this one being in the prosthetic kit, the pieces that go into here are for the square, or for the torque wrench. So anything with the square can fit straight into here in case your doctor wants to tighten something by hand. So that's what that is right there. This is going to be your the same pin that was in the other kit. Basically, your doctor can take an x-ray using this to see how subcrustal the implant is, or maybe if they want to see what the height of the tissue is. I personally don't use this one too much, but your doctor may. We already talked about the torque wrench, which is what this piece is right here. And then lastly, these are some unlabeled pieces. If you want to keep a spare of something in these, we like to keep just a spare Neodent screwdriver for the torque wrench in here in case you know, one of them does start to strip or falls on the ground or something, we have this one ready to go. But it's really your doctor's preference as far as any spares that can be put onto this last row. So again, this is the Neodent GM Prosthetic Kit. Very important that everything needs to be in this kit, as well as the surgical kit as well. Biggest thing is just making sure that everything is ready to go. Nobody likes to be in the position where we're trying to find something and we don't know where it's at. So hopefully this was helpful. If there's any questions at all, feel free to reach out. And I hope everybody has a good day.